Who's actually watched Power Rangers before? I've never seen it.
Just acting.
You poor me.
Yeah, and just went in audition. I guess I didn't really know it was a big deal until they called me up to the office and showed me my own action figure with my face on it and everything. And I was like, okay, I think this might be a big deal. And, from then there on, yeah, it was pretty cool. But that's pretty much when I first, kind of got to know it and
all right.
So, yeah.
Now, Christopher, you were just saying you'd never seen Power Rangers. You've never watched it since.
I never have watched it, yeah.
Yeah. What was your experience getting onto the show?
I didn't want to be on it. I didn't want to have anything to do with it. I'm not joking. That's 100% the truth. I was 15 when the show came out. When Mighty Morphin first came out, I was 15 years old. I was not the target market. And also I had very, very long hair. I had very, very, very long hair. It was always in a ponytail. And every goddamn kid that came up to me in my neighborhood said to me, "You look like Tommy because you have a ponytail. You have a ponytail like Tommy." So I didn't want to have anything to do with it because I hated Tommy and I had no idea who the hell he was. I didn't know who he was. I didn't care who he was. I hated him because it's all I ever heard. And I got the audition when I lived in Miami. I only lived there for a brief time, and I got the audition. And my manager at the time, she said, "Yeah, I got an audition. It's going to be it was actually at my acting school, the place where I'd studied for years, and I had a great time there and all that." And she said, "Yeah, it's over there." And I was like, "Cool, what is it?" And she said, "It's Power Rangers." I was like, "Nope, I ain't doing that." And she said, "Why?" And I was like, "Tommy." She said, "I don't know what that means." It's like, "I don't know what it means either. I don't care, but I don't want to do it." So yeah, I went into the audition. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to have anything to do with it. I basically told him, I met Shuki on my first audition. I met Shuki. Shuki was Hayam Saban's #1 guy. Like, there's Hayam Saban, and then there's Shuki Levy. I met Shuki. He was the guy there. And I basically went in there, and I told him, "You're wasting my time. I don't want to be here. I don't want to have anything to do with you." And that's why they booked me, because I was the asshole. And that's what the character is supposed to be. And I was like, "God damn it! I didn't want that." So, there it is.
There you go. And so, Patrick.
Yes.
I'm going to assume you probably have a different story than I had long hair and hated Power Rangers.
Oh, yeah.
How I got into it.
Well, as most of you guys know, that Power Rangers before, the issues, there was not a union show. So I was fortunate enough to be union when I was 15. And I've always wanted to do the show. I knew of the show. But we were not allowed to audition for the show. But as soon as it got union, which was our season, halfway through. Okay, halfway through our season. I was able to audition, and they gave me a script for Psycho Ranger. And I'm like, what is a Psycho Ranger? just act evil. And before that, I was doing all these nice guy roles. And so I just went all out, and I just did this evil Psycho Ranger voice, and fortunate enough to book it. So yeah, that's my story. I waited, and the right time came up, and I just got lucky, I guess.
Nice. And Brennan, you've been on our panels before, so I've certainly heard this story. But who here has seen a con guy Power Rangers panel at a con before? A few of you. Well, let's go ahead and, Brennan, tell us a little bit about your experience.
Yeah, so I initially auditioned for Power Rangers Samurai, and I made it pretty far in the callbacks. I didn't get it, and I was really jaded and didn't want to audition again for Power Rangers because I really, really wanted it, and they said no. Then a few years later, I was about to quit acting and go to school because I was working at the San Diego Zoo 7 days a week as an acrobat dressed as a giant koala. True story. Videos exist on YouTube. Yes, they do. Thanks, man. Yeah, so I was already used to the spandex thing, so it's fine. But then I got a friend who I hadn't talked to in 3 years who called me and was like, "Hey, they're auditioning Power Rangers next door to my audition." And I went and I told casting about you because I remember you do circus stuff. And because of that, I was like, fine, I'll try auditioning again. And then audition turned to callback, turned to we'll let you know within a few weeks. Didn't hear anything, thought it was a no. They called me in for a final callback. It was a cold read, though, where they literally gave me the script. And I'm like, okay, read it right now. I was like, can I walk outside and look at it first? Like, no, you got to do it literally right now. I was like, the first time I'm going to say these words is the first time I read them? Like, that never happens. Okay. Yeah, it was lame. So I was doing it, trying to and something in it, it said that my master is gonna, or I don't know, sensei or something's giving me like this treasure chest, and it will reveal my path or something. And so they actually handed me a treasure chest during the audition while I'm trying to read this. And then I open it, and then there's a laminated picture going, "Congratulations, Brennan, you're the Red Ranger."
Oh, wow.
So it was a lie. I know. I know, and that video is also on YouTube somewhere where all of our reactions for Dino Charge, getting our little, and they gave us like Red Ranger themed gift basket. I had like a Megaforce Red Ranger toy in there or something, and some red themed candies.
That's very cool.
It was so cool, but also lame because I was working 7 days a week and had to drive from San Diego there for this fake audition, then drive back to go perform. And
So are you still a dancing koala?
I mean, only in my dreams. Okay. No. But I have a circus jacket right here. So yeah, it says Circus Lay on it. No, thanks.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you.
So let's talk about this, because obviously 2023, 30 years of Power Rangers since they started. What does it mean to any of you guys, and any of you can kind of popcorn up this, what does it mean to you to be part of this franchise compared to what you were when you were initially cast, and now looking back on that 30 years of this continuous franchise since its inception? How do you feel about that, Patrick?
Well, when I started, I was a dancer, and then I did some other stuff, and then I was studying to be like a very serious actor, and I did some serious acting roles, and Power Rangers fell in between. And I was kind of like, I did this kids show, and so I just didn't really have it on my resume. And 30 years later, it's the one that's still calling me back. Yeah. So, and then I actually didn't even know that any of the Power Ranger fans wanted to even talk to me, because I was wanting to kill these guys. And and next thing I know, I get called like in 2018 for Power MorphCon, and I mean, I was just blown away. I had no idea that they liked Psycho Rangers. And then the toys came and the comics and everything, so very blessed. Yeah.
It's like almost every year. It gets more popular.
Yeah.
You know, it never dies down. Like, you know, like your normal TV show goes on an 8-year run or something, then it's canceled. It just starts losing its appeal.
Yeah. Thanks to these guys.
Our 30th anniversary. Come on.
Yeah.
More and more cons, more, you know, and it's all, you know, thanks to
you guys. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you,
guys.
Give yourself a round of applause. Hands.
Power Rangers is a 30-year-old cockroach. It just will not die.
No,
We can let Christopher talk.
I could. Okay. Yeah, that's true. But I won't. So, yeah, for me, again, I was a fan. I wasn't in high school when it came out. I was 3, I think, or something like that. So I grew up watching Mighty Morphin, basically through Lost Galaxy, I think was the last season I watched in order, and then I jumped around here and there after that. But yeah, it was from, you know, being the kid where one of my birthday parties, there's literally a picture of the Green Ranger. You know, I had my mom hired someone to dress as, you know, cosplayer, which I don't even know if that was a term yet. I didn't know. Someone came to my party dressed as the Green Power Ranger, and there's a picture of me with the dragon dagger next to him, which was cool. And then now I get pictures on Instagram where people have me at their birthday parties. And so it's just super cool. Like, the legacy continues. So very blessed to be a part of it for sure.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
That's absolutely unreal. Christopher, do you want to say anything?
I don't want to hear from me. What was it? What is it?
Well, does it mean anything to you, or what does it mean to you to be part
It does. It really does.
30-year
Look,
franchise?
honestly, when I first got on the show, I didn't want to have anything to do with the show. Yes, it's true. I've told the story a million times, and I'll tell it a million more. I didn't want to have anything to do with it. It doesn't mean that I didn't enjoy my time on the show. I loved my time on the show. The pay sucks. And the hours suck. It was like 16 hours a day when we did it, and we got paid less than most of the crew. But I had the best time of my life being on that show. I loved it, and I worked out with the stuntmen every other day, and they beat the hell out of me. They beat me so bad that, like, there were times where I just got up in the morning and I was like, I don't want to live in California anymore. They beat me so bad that they beat the West Coast out of me. And I was just like, I don't want to do it, but I did it. And honestly, I loved it. And if I had the chance to go back and do it again, I'd do it in a heartbeat. So I will always give Power Rangers, I will give it shit for what it is. Yes, it's a pain in the butt. It really is. But I will always say, yes, I love my time on it. So there it is.
That's great. And go ahead. Yeah, absolutely. That was fantastic. A little crack in the shell there. We saw just a little bit of the soft center. So speaking of the fans who have made this such a franchise that has lasted for this long, what are some of your favorite encounters with fans that you've had over the years? Positive encounters?
I've had people, I like circus stuff, and we kind of established that. So people have come up to me like, can I do a backflip with you? Even little kids who would like, their parents are like, can they do this? Because I don't want, a kid to get hurt doing a backflip. Or handstands with me. Some of them have challenged me to push-up contests. And it's just fun because, I don't know, I like the whole fitness side, Ranger Fit side of Power Rangers and doing stunts and whatnot. So that's always cool. And then hearing stories, people come to me, obviously like, oh, nice to meet you, you're the Red Ranger or whatever. But I started following your Instagram because of that, but then I stayed because of the person you are, what you post. And I post a lot of fit tips, and I've had people come up to me telling me they've lost between 50 and over 100 pounds following my fit tips on Instagram, which is just incredible because it shows the impact. You don't think, you just see like, oh, a couple hundred or 1,000 people liked or watched this story on Instagram, but you don't have a face to put to these names or the number. And then when one comes and talks to you, I had one couple tell me that I said something in an interview with Joe from that hashtag show one time, and I said love is a commitment, not just a feeling, I guess. I don't even remember what the context was, but they told me that quote, they were about to get a divorce, and that quote made them work it out, and they stayed together. So I was like, you don't know the ripple effect of your life ever. So that's why I always try to put like my best foot forward, regardless of the circumstance, you know what I mean? Because like, you don't know what people are going through every day, so.
Yeah. That's incredible.
Come on, louder.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, I'm surprised. Like I said, I'm a bad guy in the show, and people love the Power Rangers. That's their heroes. But
people love the villain, man.
I've learned that. I started doing these events like maybe 18, 19, 20, 22, 5 years ago. 5 years ago. 5 years ago. They come up to our booth and talk to us and everything. And I've had either the parents or the people themselves saying that there were a couple of them that they're in the hospital or something like that, and they were had some illness or something, and they'd watch the show, and for some reason my character gave them strength to fight through it and whatever. And I would hear them like, really, what, Psycho Red? Yeah, I may work. So, but I was just kind of blown away hearing these stories. So I parents have actually emailed or DM'd me or whatever, and I would send them things for their kids, or the kids would come up to me and tell me these things. And I'm glad that as being an actor, you just do your job and it's fun, but hearing these kind of stories is kind of a weird and mind-blowing thing. So it's, that's the experience I've gotten from this show. So again, thank you guys.
All right, mine, I've got a bunch of them, but this one happened last summer in Pasadena. I'm sitting there at the booth signing, and all of a sudden this guy comes up, and I swear he must have had the biggest rare form of ADHD you could imagine. It was so aggressive. He comes up, dude, it's the Wolf, man, what's going on? Dude, I want to show you something. I got all these Cuban cigars, man. I want you to go up there and smoke them with me. I'm like, dude, calm it down. For one, they are illegal. And two, take it down a notch. All right, cool, man. Let's go right now. Oh, can I get a signature? Oh, yeah, now I got all this. I want you to meet my friend over here. And I look over at Jack and Phil, and they're just like, and they're trying to get out of their booths and exit really quick and get away so they don't have to talk to this kid. Well, eventually I went out and smoked.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I went out and smoked them.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Really, I mean, just really loud. And so here we are out there, and I'm just trying to do a couple of puffs here and there. He's like, man, these Cuban cigars, and there's people walking out. I'm like, take it easy. They're illegal, dude. And a couple of these, this couple walked by. They just started laughing, shaking their head. Yep. I'm like, dude, I got to get back inside. You take it easy, though. But my God, I mean, this guy had energy like no tomorrow. Either ADHD or he probably had 10 cups of coffee or Red Bulls or something like that. But it was just kind of like this, and all of a sudden, bam, like, oh my God, who is it? You know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly who you're talking about, yes.
That was.
I know his name, but I'm not going to say it.
It was interesting. Yes.
Yeah. Let me do one really fast. I did a con in Pasadena as well. It was that was for Power MorphCon. What you're talking about? I think, right? Yeah. I did. Oh God, what the hell is Scott's other one? Robot. Robo Toy Fest. Yeah, I did Robo Toy Fest. It was a few years ago. It was only me. I was the only Power Ranger there. Hell, I was the only like celebrity there. Whatever. And about halfway through the day, they came over to me and they were like, "Hey, we're gonna go get food." They hand me the menu. Cool. This is what I want. Great. They got it. I didn't have there was no green room or anything like that. So I was like, okay, well, we're going to bring the food back to your table. Is that okay? I was like, yeah, it's cool, man. I don't give a shit. Fucking bring it back to my table. So I ate the food at my table, right? So I'm eating there. And while I'm eating, there's a dude that walks up. And I'm like mid-bite, and he's like, eh. So, and he starts to talk, but he's like mumbly and all that, and he's like, and I'm just like, okay, well, food down. All right, let's do this. All right, we're on. So he's looking at the pictures or whatever I have on my table, and he's like, oh yeah, look at that picture, yeah, look at that, and I'm just like, all right, cool, all right, yeah. And it's apparent that he's not going to get a picture. He doesn't want a picture or anything like that. He just wants to sit there and talk or whatever. And I was just like, yeah, all right, cool, man, whatever. So I was like, all right, I'm going to just go ahead and finish the rest of my meal. And I haven't even eaten half of it. I've got the other half on the table next to me, or it's on the table right here with me. And he looks at my food and he says, hey, can I have the rest of your sandwich? And I was like, no. Fuck off! Go! That actually happened. And I was like, yo, that's never happened to me before. What is up with that?
I thought you were going to say he was going to start eating your fries while you were talking to him or something.
I kicked him.
So one thing that I've noticed is we've interviewed a lot of different Rangers over our handful of years doing these convention panels. And some of them are a couple guys that you've mentioned before. But it seems that in earlier seasons of Power Rangers, there wasn't as much of a focus on, you need to be able to do stunts, you need to be able to do this, that, and the other. Because I know Brennan obviously had a lot of experience prior to coming in, but you've also talked about in the past, like a lot of training, a lot of exercise. And Christopher, you mentioned the stunt guys would just beat the crap out of you. What was the physical training situation like when you were on the show? Anybody can jump in.
Well, I was already a dancer, so I knew how to move, and that was part of the audition, even though I didn't do anything in the room. I don't remember, and the stunt guys and the extra footage, they did all the stuff anyway, but they just wanted to make sure I could move if they wanted me to. So, but it wasn't like serious like karate or any other martial arts, but dancing was good enough.
Oh yeah, good. Oh, I was just say when I did the show, you did not have to be a martial artist to be on the show. You don't have to. That's not a thing. Actually, out of the six of us, including Nemo, only three of us actually had any kind of martial arts training prior to doing the show. I was one, Selwyn was one, and I cannot remember. I think Patty also had studied. But yeah, the other nothing. They didn't. Yeah, so it's not like it's not a prerequisite. You don't have to do that. Just be physical, be able to move and all that. So.
Yeah, I mean they asked to do just some basic moves in the audition room just to see what they were working with and everything. I remember when we had hiatus, they had us all come out to the Valencia parking lot and they had all the mats down and everything. And then what was it, Koichi's wife and all the other stunt doubles and everything came out there and they just stretched the hell out of us. I mean, we were in agony yelling. I mean, our legs putting way up here and then the other one's going that way. And then they would just throw us down on the mat. We'd have to roll around and do all that kind of stuff. So that was pretty cool, except for the fact that we enjoyed our 2-week vacation, like laying on the couch, with ice packs all over you because you're just in agony, hurried and everything.
Mine was a little different. So on the sheet for the audition, it said, not necessary, but martial arts, dance experience, all of that is a plus. And it is a plus. I mean, not everyone in my cast was martial artists either. But it definitely helped because the first audition was just acting, just the lines, normal stuff. Second audition, they wanted a 30-second to a minute physical demonstration. So there were literally people in the waiting room with like nunchucks and swords. I brought my handstand canes. Like, I don't know if you've seen like Cirque shows, but you the things. I brought those to the audition. I did handstands because I was like, oh no, this is what I do, whatever. And so I guess it got me a callback, and then I did a backflip with the callback and some kicks or something. And then our scene was the only one from anyone I've talked to. They had us go in the parking lot and film us running because they wanted to see if we ran heroically or not. I kid you not. I kid you not. And then when we were in New Zealand, we all saw a movie together. I don't know if it was Maze Runner something too, or Divergent. Anyway, someone was running in one of those movies, and I guess it wasn't heroic. And the producer leans over and goes, "See, that's why I had you guys run in the parking lot." All right, so I guess I run heroically, go cross country in high school. I don't remember, man. I was running. I was just in it. So.
Well, that was a big thing because
There is a movie where there's like the main actor can't run.
I mean,
Terrible.
Was that a Steven Seagal movie or?
No, you know. Yeah. It was interesting. But we did 3 weeks of stunt training when we got to New Zealand. So I think it was 3 hours a day for 3 weeks. And so we trained with the person who would double us specifically for some like strength stuff. And then we'd come up with fight choreo with they came up with it, and then we had to learn it and fight each other and whatnot. So it was pretty cool.
And they got to go to New Zealand. We just had to go to downtown LA.
Yeah.
And near Six Flags.
They all had to live in one house together, though. We didn't.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a terrible decision.
yeah. So you three over here closest to me, you guys all shot out here in Southern California, right? And
Yeah.
Brennan's the only one on the panel right now, and I think.
Yeah, my year was the last one in LA.
Yeah.
I went to New Zealand the next year. That's when Saban sold it, Disney bought it. Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah.
And so, Brennan, you lived in a house.
I did live in
with
a
all
house.
the other Rangers.
Yeah, terrible decision.
Was that fun? No.
No. I mean,
Did you guys fight?
no. So
Spill it, Brennan.
spill it right now.
Spill it.
Well, everyone's filming you. Tell all the things. So to be fair, Yoshi and I, because we clicked pretty well in the audition. If you don't know, Yoshi and I are still really good friends. And we were told that, hey, it's easier if you all live together in the same house because then we don't have to pick you up as early so you get more sleep, because they had a cast driver come pick us up because we don't have, they drive on the opposite side of the road in New Zealand. They didn't want us to get, whatever. And so all of us being naive and, young 20s, we're like, yeah, we'll live together, sure. Not knowing, after working on set for 15, 16 hours, then you come home. You basically see each other for 8 months and never not see each other. It's just a long time. I don't even see my family that much.
Sounds horrible.
But Yoshi and I only said yes because, we both had fiancés. And we're like, oh, well, this house has kind of like a separate connecting piece house kind of outside that we were going to move into once Davi, our Gold Ranger, was going to come, and he was going to move in. And so Yoshi and I were like, oh, we'll live together, though. Like, we like video games. We like working out, whatever. We'll do that. Then Davi kind of heard about our situation where we're all together. And he's like, I'm actually not going to move in with you guys. I'm going to get my own place. And I was like, Davi, why? And then certain Rangers they weren't cool with Yoshi and I leaving. Then random strangers are going to move in. And so we ended up biting the bullet and staying so they didn't have to deal with strangers. But then 2 of them moved out. And then we had a bunch of random people live with us. And so just telling, random people are cool, but it was just funny. So for a few months, they'd how was work? That's so cool. You're filming TV shows. So they basically got all this inside story of Power Rangers every day.
They should have put hidden cameras in there and filmed up
I know.
a whole different show.
Reality show.
They could have had more money.
Yeah, it wasn't horrible. It was just a lot of, sometimes you just see each other too much and you're like, okay, I'm going to go on a walk and never come back.
Go to a New Zealand waterfall, visit the hobbits.
Yes. Hobbiton is cool, man. Yeah.
Did you do any Lord of the Rings tours while you were down there?
I did, actually. Yeah, Hobbiton.
Nerd.
Yes, 100%. Represent.
You shall not pass.
So our boom mic operator, the one holds the thing to record, he's the one who recorded that line.
Really?
By the way, yes,
You
he tells
shall
everyone.
not pass.
This is my claim to fame, and his name's Owen.
So cool.
Yeah, it was very cool. So.
You guys are such nerds. Not like anybody else here at
Yeah.
WonderCon Anaheim.
Not at all.
No nerds here.
Nope.
What's the best part about being a Power Ranger? Pretty open question.
Sleeping. Seeing all the toys and stuff, and all the new things are coming out. I don't know. It's just, like I said,
Seeing
it's
your
just
own face on an action figure is just.
Well, I don't have a face on mine. No. Yes. I'm in the comic book, my face, but not the. They gypped me. Yeah.
I
In
like
the show, I only morphed once, so
there you go.
be fair. I'm just glad I have an action figure.
I like the inspiration
Three of them.
aspect of it. You know,
What?
Just like being inspired by it, getting into all my physicality, and then inspiring people with it.
Yeah.
It's cool. But being a toy is cool too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
How often do you guys, or did you guys, when you were on the show, get to actually put on the costume, like the Ranger costume and the helmet? Because I know that varies from generation to generation of the show.
I love my outfit. I love the Psycho Ranger outfit, but I've never put it on once, unfortunately.
As far as in space goes, 0. We never wore the damn thing. We wore it on the show without the helmet on. Our season, up until our season, I don't know. It was probably a few seasons after ours as well. We don't wear the helmets. We don't wear the helmets. It's the stuntmen that wear the helmets. So there's no point ever on the show when any one of us from in space had the helmet closed on our heads. Anytime that you ever see us taking off the helmet or whatever, it was never closed. It was already more than halfway open. We don't wear the helmets because the visors on the helmets were so black that you can't see through them. The stuntmen that would wear the helmets and the suits and all that, they were trained to all of their training is based off of muscle memory and all that. So yeah, they learned that when you throw a kick, throw a punch, this is where you throw that punch, this is where you throw that kick, because if not, you're going to hit somebody and you're going to hurt them.
Is that what happened in Mighty Morphin?
In Mighty Morphin,
Explain.
in the first season of Mighty Morphin, they had the actors wear the helmets, and they couldn't see through the helmets. So the fight scenes were not quite as good as what they could have been, because you actually see people either hitting the stuntmen or missing wildly. We're talking 3 feet off. So, but the guys that were, when they called in Alpha Stunts to wear the helmets and all that, Alpha Stunts, they did a live stunt show in Japan for Super Sentai. These are the best. These guys were literally the best of the best. When I say that, I don't mean that as I'm blowing smoke up their butts or anything like that. No, they were the best of the best. These were the guys that Jackie Chan's guys looked up to. I'm not joking. So they could blind fight. That's what they could do. So yeah, we don't wear the helmets. It's the stunt.
They're crazy talented. I mean, going off on that. So one of our stunt guys, his name's Kazu. He showed video. Yeah, I think it was from Sentai.
He was an Olympic. Kazu was an Olympic, not gold medal, but I think silver or bronze medalist in gymnastics.
Wow. Yeah, I believe it. I mean,
He's 3 feet tall. Barely.
He's shorter, but some of them did Sentai as well, and not just the Power Ranger stunt stuff. And so he showed footage of when he did a double front tuck out of, I think it was a 2-story building, and they literally had the stunt guys running with the mat to catch him. It wasn't here's a foam or a pit to crash into. When people do high falls for stunts here, there's a setup already. They're hitting a specific thing or boxes or whatever, not running around with the pads. But in Power Rangers, that's how they do it, and they caught him, and it was fine. It's just crazy.
I'm jealous though, because Justin Nemo, Silver Ranger, there's a scene where was he tricking everyone on the ship that he was Psycho Red? He wore my outfit. He got a chance to wear it. No, I didn't get a chance to wear it.
No. He didn't.
He was in it, but his helmet wasn't on.
Because I shoulder threw him. I don't remember if he actually had the helmet on though. It might have been Hiroshi who had the helmet on.
They showed him going like this, so he might not have the helmet on, but he had the outfit on. He had slightly jealous. Well, really jealous.
Man, I had to wear that spandex 3 times for the green screen. It sucked. It was absolutely horrible. It's one of those old spandex costumes, not unlike the newer kind of models and stuff like that. Oh man, it was horrible.
Not breathable.
Yeah.
Not hot and sweaty, I assume.
And
it wasn't all cool, futuristic looking like a day already made and everything.
Yeah, I think I wore it twice, other than for the morphing sequence. One in the episode where my dad and I go on an adventure, we have the suits on, no helmet, and then we did a Halloween special, which we actually filmed in LA for a PSA, public service announcement. Be safe, go trick or treating, and we were in the museum, and so we were wearing our suits for that.
There are actually more promo pics of me and the other Space Rangers. There's more promo pics of us wearing the damn things than we actually wore the things. Mm-hmm. We maybe 3 times the entire time. Maybe 3 times before the suit.
In Cycle Rangers, we had leather pants. We didn't have to wear yes, that's why I wanted to wear them.
Yes, that's a funny story. So we would have our street outfits on, and we would come to set. I'm sure y'all dealt with this too. And you would have all the stunt doubles and the Power Rangers spandex outfits, but all the kids were on set. So the kids are looking over there at them, the stunt doubles, then they're looking over at us, and then they're like all confused. They have no idea what the hell's going on. And so my street outfit was all leather. I had a custom-made black leather jacket, or the wolf color jacket, and black leather pants, and black shoes. So what really sucked was when we shot out in the desert. I mean, immediately when cut, they took it off or whatever, but one day I did collapse, like I fainted, and I got right back up. I think we were out going towards Palmdale or something, Santa Clarita or something like that. And then I'm like, no, I'm fine. They're like, no, we're done. But stop by the office on the way back, and I'm like, oh shit, And they were just, oh yeah, I just wanted to know if you were okay, all that kind of stuff. I'm like, well, it is kind of hot, guys. I'm wearing all leather in like 100-degree weather,
They learned that from our season because we actually filmed in full costume in Death Valley. Oh. And it was 135 or 140 degrees. And I remember that I was okay, Roger was okay. I can't remember, it was either Patty or Tracy. One of the girls was okay. But I know Selwyn dropped. He passed out. And one of the girls passed out. And what was funny was, while we were doing that, in 135 to 140 degree weather, Takaharu had to wear the big foam monster outfit. I remember because I was hanging out with him at lunch, and they have a zipper, so you can unzip it, and you can fold it down, so like the top half is coming down to your waist. And there was one point where he unzipped it. And he turned it sideways and kind of squished it, and there was a gallon of sweat that
disgusting.
It was full.
I bet you all.
He didn't bitch. He did not bitch.
I bet you all stunk.
I mean,
Stunk.
Well, and unfortunately, we only have a few minutes left in this panel.
Questions?
I was just going to open it up for a few questions from the audience. We are not going to be able to get to more than a few of you, but if you want to line up at this microphone right here,
bless you.
It's going to be first come, first serve.
Pick the kid first.
And by age in ascending order. So we'll start with kid. That's you. Abraham.
All right, guys, thank you so much for coming to the panel.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Abraham Rodriguez from Power Rangers Beast Morphers. He played Nate Silva and the Gold Grid Battle Force Ranger in 2019 and 2020. He got stuck in traffic, and it's now a tradition that he shows up late to our panels. It is classic Abraham.
You guys were here last year. I did the same thing, but I was a little earlier.
Yeah. So, Abe, we only... Yeah, well, so you've also appeared in Tosh.0, Saved by the Bell, the reboot on Peacock, The Terminalist on Amazon, and Free Ridge on Netflix. And I believe you are in the upcoming thriller Exposure. Is that correct? Yeah. There's your intro.
That's me. Beast Morphers Gold. Woo! Can I steal this?
You want to say just a couple words before we open it up to questions?
Oh, I don't even know. I'm just out of breath. Well, thank you guys so much for being here, first of all. Doing these cons is just so much fun. It's such a blast. It's great to be here with my Ranger family. And yeah, let's get some questions going.
All right, young man, please let us know your first name and if your question is for anybody in particular or for all of them.
Hello, my name is Jeffrey, and it's spelled with a G, so Geoffrey.
Hello, Jeffrey.
And my question is for all the Rangers. Which season, except your own season, was your favorite season of Power Rangers?
Ooh.
In Space is the best season there ever was. I don't care about any other season. Screw that. It's In Space.
I've heard that Beast Morphers is the best season since RPM.
Oh my gosh. The question was, aside
on,
from
does
your
that
own
mean yours?
season.
Well, Brennan was in Beast Morphers, so you
I
can
was
back
in
that
Beast
up.
Morphers too. This is true. I'd say Time Force and In Space.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna say all the seasons
Oh my
because they're all
Basic.
my friends.
Anyway,
Since he's never watched Power Rangers before.
I haven't. I barely watched my own.
What's the best season?
I always liked, because I haven't seen all of them or anything, but I like the. Do y'all still do the one or the cast from the previous year?
oh, the reunions. Sometimes. I mean, I joined his season, but that was 2 seasons. Or
Yeah.
we skipped a season.
Yeah, we did the one prior to us, like Vernon and Jason Fong. Yeah. But it was cool just working with them. You know? You know, you just kind of learned, hey, this is what happened last season, or they gave you tips here and there and everything. But that was really cool, you know, collaborating with them and everything like that. So that was really cool.
Thank you, Jeffrey with the G.
Thank you, Jeffrey G. Good question. Good question.
Next. All right, sir, what is your name and who's your question for?
My name is Juan, and it's for anybody that wants to answer it. So, Power Rangers Extended Media has given us some really amazing crossovers, like with Ninja Turtles, Avengers, and even Godzilla. What crossover would you like to see happen?
Oh, what crossover? What?
There's a crossover with Rangers and Gojira?
Yes.
Comics, baby, comics.
I didn't.
Learn something new every day. Really?
Did the Rangers fight Gojira?
Yes.
What's
Who
Vegeta?
Don't even tell me that he lost. Don't even tell me
what's
that.
Gojira?
There's no way that he lost.
No spoilers here.
Oh, Godzilla.
Don't even tell me that he lost, did he?
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
Did he lose? There's no chance.
They're saying Gojira.
Never watched
Gojira.
What crossover do you want to see?
With the Justice League. Yeah. I know. I want to see it, though. I want to see it, not read it.
I would like to see a Power Rangers crossover with like the Real Housewives. You know what I mean? Right? Thank you. And or the Jersey Shore.
How would that play out exactly?
That's me. Thank you. Okay, but also, like, I know every cast can relate to this, and we've all said the same thing, but during filming, especially when you're in New Zealand for 9 months, stuff gets crazy. So we're always like, imagine if there was hidden cameras in like our houses, our apartments.
They missed
like
all of this.
oh, did you say that?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we all say that because it's crazy. And we'd have a great reality show.
Only you and I filmed in New Zealand, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
We went home.
Sorry.
Let's try and squeeze in a couple more questions, fellas. How about you?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Danny, and my question is for Christopher, who I did not know was going to be here, and I'm stoked to see
Don't worry, I didn't either.
It was a last-minute addition.
Thanks to me.
Power Rangers in space. Definitely my favorite. This is the first I'm hearing about your distaste for Power Rangers, and then auditioning, and then
It grew on him.
That's literally all you're
It
going to take away from
started.
this so far?
no, yeah. But anyway, I'm just wondering what defining moment was it where you fell in love with it? Because you're here now, you're still with us, 30 years on. So I'm wondering what time during your time on set did you realize I love this?
It was honestly when I was working out with the stuntmen. Like I said before, they beat the hell out of me. They beat me senseless. And the reason why that was the defining moment was because these were all stuntmen that came from Japan. And, you know, again, Alpha Stunts, the best stunt team on the planet, if they hold back, they don't think that you can take it. They didn't hold back. They beat me to the point where I couldn't walk the next day. And I would come back, and I'd do it again, and I kept coming back because I wanted them to respect me, and I feel like they did. And then after they would beat me to a bloody pulp, then we would go out and we would get extremely drunk. Not singing. We would go singing all night. And not only were those bastards really good at fighting, but they all had perfect voices, and I hated them even more after that. So
Thank
it was
you.
that.
You rule.
All right. And
Good answer, good answer.
I'm so sorry, Ghostface. We are not going to have time.
No!
It's all his fault.
Just one.
One more.
I just have one simple question.
What?
All right. Hi, my name is Alex, and I was just wondering, mostly for Christopher, with the Forever Red special, there was a lot of stuff that was cut, and I heard there was a part that you were gonna, Andros was like kind of saying, "Oh, I beat Zordon, I killed Zordon," trying to like.
That was the original line.
My original line. Weird line. I just want to say that. That sounded good. Thing that was cut.
The original line was not like on the show. You see it. It's like I said something like, "Oh, I saved 2 worlds," which is also nonsense. That's totally bullcrap because I saved like the entire universe. So. The rest of them can all kiss my ass. But no, the original line was, "Hey, I'm the guy that killed Zordon," and that was the mic drop. I don't care. I did it. I don't give a damn what the rest of y'all did.
All right. Well, I just want to say thank you to all the fans that showed up to the panel this morning.
Yes, thank you.
Wait. Before we go, we need to do a video.
Yeah, but one last thing. Going back to the question where you asked what our favorite part about being a Power Ranger is,
I've lost
is seeing
control.
them all, well, the ones that come in cosplay as us. And they come to our booths and we see their creations and everything, or even like posting on Instagram or the social media. That's really humbling. It's really, really cool. That's what I like best about being a Power Ranger.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's do a video. Okay, ready? On 3, say it's morphin' time. 1, 2, 3. It's morphin' time. Yeah! 30 years of Power Rangers, 3 decades! Yeah!
Thank you so much for coming to the panel today. Again, my name is Ben Kliewer. I'm from theconguy.com. Check out our website. Give it up for Abraham Rodriguez, Philip, Andrew, Patrick, David, and Brennan Mejia. And
thank you, guys.
And they will be signing at booth.
I know you. I know you. I know you.
They'll be signing at booth 1176. That's Phantom Charities and Hellmouth Con. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your con.